And it's Tuesday, and that means we're asking the question, what's it worth, Arizona? David Goldstein, founder of Biltmore Loan, is here, as he always is on a Tuesday, giving us boatloads of information on, what's the new trend, the new bank, and that's what you guys do.
It is what we do, Terry, and you know, it's interesting. On the way here this morning, I had the radio on, and I heard not less than 3 ads from banks.
Really?
Talking about what services they give, what services they can do, and why you should bank with them. The interesting thing is they have become depositories. Banks are no longer the same function that they once were, where they do loans and deposits. It's really become a depository where people just put their money in. Unfortunately, they can't borrow their money, and this has become a real issue. So today we used an example of a car.
Okay.
And interestingly, title loans have become rampant in Arizona. The licensing has been kind of easy for people to get. And if you drive from Indian School to Thomas and west from Scottsdale Road, you probably can't go a half a mile without seeing a sign that says title loans. What we do to separate ourselves that makes us different is that we're working with primarily $5,000 and above cars. And we are discounting the rates because the state allows rates to be almost exorbitant.
Well, and you know, you always recommend that people do a comparison shop. If they have a car that they want to get a loan on, should they comparison shop?
Please. We would tell them, call us. Let's do our homework. We're not really geared for the below $5,000 car.
Okay.
Really, our market is to deal with the upper end, confidentiality, a little more dignity, a little more upscale environment, a lot more upscale environment, and we do it a little more professionally on a discounted basis.
And I was a little surprised to see, what type of vehicle was that we just saw?
This one was a 2009 GMC Yukon. And this particular situation was interesting. This was a restaurateur who had a little fire in his kitchen, had an unexpected expense, and what he did. This car was actually worth in the $20,000 range, but he just needed a short-term loan for $10,000.
So he could rebuild his business.
And that's what we do. It's a business short-term loan. We discount it and we try to make it so that he can get his kitchen up and running and working.
Well, and here's the big question. If you do a loan on your vehicle, can you still drive it?
Yes, and that's the beauty of title loans. Title loans today have actually evolved into people's personal credit line. Because what we used to have a credit line with the bank is fairly non-existent today. And the 2% that do have a credit line doesn't help the 98% of us that don't have a credit line. So today, people are using their car as their credit line, as a revolving line of credit. You drive it, you borrow against it, and you can still sell it. You can do anything.
And you pay it back. You've left your opportunities open.
And we see it happen over and over again.
Well, and that's the interesting thing, because you might be thinking about, well, you know what, I have something, I need a little extra cash right now, but you know, you can't go to the bank, and in some cases it is somewhat embarrassing, especially if you've lived at a certain level for so long. But what Biltmore Loan does is they do it with such class. And let me tell you how you can send in your photo. You have a question, you want to know what's it worth, send it in to info@biltmoreloan.com with a description of what it is, and as much as you know what you're looking for, a loan or to sell. Either way, the fine folks over at Biltmore Loan and Jewelry will get back to you and let you know. 480-991-LOAN. That's biltmoreloan.com, and like them at Facebook with Biltmore Loan.